You seen the title, you seen the thumbnail. We about to do some lemon pepper garlic ribs. I know, let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what we're gonna use for today's recipe. I have about 3 pounds of ribs right here. They're already cut. Have some brown sugar here, seasoned salt, some onion powder, black pepper. We got some fresh lemon zest here, some grated garlic here, some chopped garlic right here, some granulated white sugar. I have some lemon pepper garlic seasoning here. I had a juice of 2 lemons right there. So I'm gonna leave the measurements to all these in the video description below, guys. So let's go ahead and continue. So what we're gonna do now is prepare our dry rub. All we're gonna do is take our dry seasoning plus our lemon zest, and we're just gonna add it to this bowl like this. This is our brown sugar, onion powder, seasoned salt, black pepper, and we have our lemon zest. And the only thing we're gonna do is we're going to get this mixed up like this. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take our seasoning right here and we're gonna liberally just season our ribs. You can put as much or as little as you want, but you know, I like to eyeball mine. So I'm just gonna start with a few handfuls, maybe about 2 tablespoons. And what we're gonna do is just get that mixed up, kind of see what that looks like. And we're gonna add more as we see fit. Add a little bit more to mine. All right, so what we're gonna do now, this is what we have. So we're gonna sit these in the refrigerator uncovered overnight, all right? And then we're gonna come back the next day and we're gonna get these babies cooking, all right? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make our lemon pepper garlic sauce. Now you can make this the day of, or you could do it the day before. I'm gonna do it the day before because I like to allow all those ingredients to get to know each other, you know, talk to each other, rub on each other, marry, divorce each other, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start out adding our lemon juice here, our chopped garlic, our grated garlic, our lemon garlic seasoning, and we're gonna add our sugar here. And we're just gonna get these babies mixed up like this. And this is what we have, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover this in aluminum foil. I'm gonna let it rest on the counter. Before I go to bed, what I'm doing is I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator and I'm gonna let it sit in the refrigerator, all right? Because once you start to cook your ribs, you want this back down to room temperature before you start pouring it over your ribs, all right? So I'll see you guys when them ribs are ready. All right, we're in the following day right now. So this is what we have. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to bring our cast iron skillet over here. And what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna place our ribs in our cast iron skillet. Should be able to get all of them in here. We can snug them in here, that's for sure. All right, so right now I'm gonna drizzle this with a 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. That was a tablespoon. We do a little 1/2 tablespoon. And I've already preheated my oven to 550 degrees, so your highest temperature. And we're gonna put it on a broil setting. Now you want this on broil, so you're gonna broil it for about 5 to 8 minutes per side. But you want to just keep an eye on it because you just want to brown the top, and then we're gonna flip them over and brown the other side. We don't want to get them dark. You know, you don't want to burn them. So we're gonna stick them in here. So we're gonna go ahead and put them in the oven. Or what you can do is you can pan fry them for that brownish color on top if you want to. But I'm gonna put mine under the broiler, and we're gonna do that and we'll be right back. All right, so now we have them slightly golden on top because that's what we're looking for, a slightly golden, crisp top. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna flip them over and we're gonna do the other side. So what we're gonna do is put them back in here for another 8 minutes on this side, all right? All right, so now we are 8 minutes in on the other side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn them back over. You don't have to do this, but I'm gonna turn them back over on this side. I like the skin side up. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a hot cup of pork broth in here. Now, if you don't have pork broth, you can use beef broth or you can use water, it doesn't matter. But I want to keep that consistency of flavor. So the only thing I did was I took a pork bouillon cube, boiled some water, dropped the cube in there, and it made me some pork stock, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some aluminum foil, and we're gonna cover this baby tightly. I'm actually gonna wait till this cool down before I wrap it up because that thing is hot. And we're gonna stick it back in the oven for 2 hours on 325. So we're gonna cook these until they're fork tender, all right? So we're gonna get them back in the oven. All right, so we're about 2 hours into our cooking process of our ribs or baking process. So we're gonna take our foil off. Guys, take a look at that. It smells so good. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna remove these and I'm gonna add them to a empty bowl. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna sit these here on the counter. We want them to come down to room temperature. Once they get to room temperature, we're gonna put them into the refrigerator and let them firm up a bit for about 30 minutes before we go into our frying process. All right, so what we're gonna do is finish preparing our lemon pepper garlic sauce. So what I did was I drained the liquid from the pan, left our driplets in, because we want that flavor of that also. So what we're gonna do is gonna add our lemon pepper garlic sauce, and we're gonna combine this with the driplets in the pan, and we're gonna bring it up to temperature to a nice simmer. And once we get it up to a simmer, what we wanna do is we just wanna continue to stir it until we get a nice glaze. And guys, this is what we have. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna transfer this into a bowl until our ribs are finished frying. Okay, so now we're at our fryer. I removed our ribs from the refrigerator, placed them in our basket. So once we drop them in the oil, we're gonna let them cook for about 2 to 3 minutes till we get a nice crispy outside, okay? So let's go ahead and drop them in here. All right, guys, we are there. Take a look at that. We're about 2.5 to 3 minutes in. Man, take a look at this baby here. Guys, take a look at that. Oh man. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer these over to a bowl, and then we're gonna get them sauced up in our lemon pepper garlic sauce, all right? All right, so now it's time to get these babies sauced up. We got our lemon pepper garlic sauce here. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna pour it on here, but I just kind of want to spoon a little bit over here, make sure, and on all of the ribs first, and then I will pour the remaining. And I'm just gonna move them around real quick, just to make sure we're getting that lemon pepper garlic sauce on all of them. Man, look at that. Oh man. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of it on here. Man, I'm just gonna toss them up like this. Guys, take a look at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these over on the plate so we can do our final presentation and go into quality control. And there you have it, guys. Garlic, lemon pepper, fried ribs, or almost fried ribs. Guys, leave your comments in the video description below. Let me know what you think about this particular recipe. I left the measurements also in the video description below. Go ahead, check it out. Let's move over to quality control so we can test these babies out. Let's go. All right, so here we are here for quality control. I can't even think of a quality control I was more anxious for than this one right here. Let me take that back. I'm anxious for all my quality control. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this big plate of ribs right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna take that one on the side a little bit and want to just see what it tastes like. Oh man, look at that. Oh guys, let me show you something. Look at that. Oh. And they tender. I can't stop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Try this one right here. Guys, this is so, oh, look at that, just came out. That lemon garlic pepper sauce, I'm telling you, it is delicious. I should have made a bigger bowl of that. So I could have drenched it in this. It's so good. So guys, you definitely want to check this recipe out. So until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli. This is All Wings Everything. And guess what? I ain't no chef. Well, you gotta guess, you guys know that. I ain't no chef. I just cook a lot, and I am out. Peace.